Hello, welcome. So today we are going to chat about onboarding new stylists with your Color Street business. So first of all, I just want to say to you, do what works for you. What I do might not work for everybody, but I'm going to share what I currently do with my process right now. But let me just tell you that I change and update my onboarding procedure all the time. As I chat with newer stylists and they share things with me, I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. Oh, that's a good idea. Let me add this. Let me do this. Let me tweak this. So it's just an evolving process all the time, constantly changing and trying to better serve my newer stylists. So just remember, we're all learning together. We are all in this together. I'm not perfect and I may be missing some very important, vital key points, but for the sake of this video and this training, I'm going to share with you and let you know my procedure. So I've already shared with you all my new stylist check form for the enroller, which is me, which is you, when you onboard new stylists. I also created my own new stylist checklist that I send to all of my personally enrolled stylists. And it kind of mirrors my checklist that I follow, but it has a few other things on it. So first of all, I'm just going to kind of go through my new stylist checklist that I use for myself to keep myself on track as far as new stylists go, because all of us know that it would be a beautiful world if the new stylist each month said, okay, I'm joining you on the first of the month and you could onboard all your new stylists at the same time, but let's just be real, that doesn't always happen. So you may have somebody that started on the 1st, somebody that started on the 8th, and then somebody that decides to hop in at the end of the month, and you want a way to keep all of that balanced and try to keep it on track so that you can better serve your new stylist. So first of all, on my form, I do the stylist name and ID, their start date, their address, and then the next spot is the spot which I feel is so critical, is the welcome call. So I always set up a welcome call with my new stylist, and that is normally a video chat on Messenger because it's the closest thing to in-person connections. So I set up a welcome call, and that's not usually the day they join. It's usually anywhere from 3 to 7 days after they join, because I want them to have time to go through and kind of get a pen and paper and get some questions together. That way, when we do the welcome call, they have questions for me and we can really talk about the business, because when you first join, you're just excited and you want to get started. So you don't really have a lot of questions at that point. The next thing that is so key is goals. I ask my new stylist, what are your goals with this business? Where do you see yourself next month? Where do you see yourself in 3 months? Where do you want to be in a year? Do you have long-term goals with this? Is there a specific income goal that you would like to reach? Do you want to build a team? I feel them out and figure out what it is that they want out of this business so that I can serve them and help them achieve their goals, because this isn't about us and our goals. This is about them and what they want out of this business. And then the next spot is the jumpstart dates. So 35 day, 65, and 95. That way I can always check and tell them, you know, you're this far away from reaching your jumpstart goal. This is what you're going to get when you achieve that jumpstart goal. And I can help them to achieve that if they even want to. Some people have no desire to achieve their jumpstart goals, and that's perfectly fine because it's their business. And then the next thing is, if I end up doing a placement with that stylist and pair them up with some additional mentoring, I'm going to put the leader that I pair them up with in that spot. So in the checklist, I have first their business name, because I want to help them create their business name if they haven't already. And then add them to my team group and the new stylist coaching group. Welcome them to the team, shout them out in the sneak peek group, congratulating them on their new business. And then I also shout them out in my VIP space, and I always shout them out on my social media stories and congratulate them on their new business. And like I said, this is just a checklist that I go through to make sure that I cover all the bases on my new stylist. And then all my new stylists get a welcome bundle from me. So basically in the welcome bundle, this is what I send. And I'm sorry guys, I'm trying not to look at comments right this minute because this video will take an hour if I do. So In the welcome bundles, what I send my new stylist is I send them some catalogs. I send them some samples because I send all my welcome bundles like 2-day shipping. So they're going to get it before they get their starter kit. I send them their checklist, the one that I told you guys that I made. I send them the jump starts and I put the date for each jump start on there so they have a visual of that. I send them my form that I use to track my VIP members, which I feel is so important. And I talk to them about this from the get-go, the importance of follow-up and tracking. And I'm sorry, but I'm an old school nerd and everything is pen and paper for me. If there's a form, I've made it, I use it, I do it. So just pardon me with all the forms and everything, but that's just my style. That's how I get down, and it makes my heart happy and makes my job easier. So I send them that. And then I send them a few scratch off cards. Basically those are these things where you can put whatever you want on the scratch off and then cover it with a sticker. And I let them use that for prizes and giveaways and things, just for something fun to get their launch party going. And it kind of gives them just, some tools for success just to get going. And then I always send a personalized welcome note, welcoming them to the team, congratulating them on their new business. And then I always include a little gift, either a set of nails, maybe a Starbucks gift card, just whatever's on my heart at that time. I include a little gift in their welcome bundle because it's so exciting to start your new business. And I want to welcome them. I want to show them that I am so happy for them with their new business and I'm here every step of the way. So next, I walk them through setting up their website, putting a picture on their website, making the little message on like the welcome page of their website so that when guests go to their website, they can see their face, they can see a little, thank you for shopping my website, blah, 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 whatever they want to put on there. Then I help them set up an online launch group. And then I have right here the name of their launch group. That way I can check in on their group. I know the name of it and I can go in there and help comment and let them know if they're doing, things that need a little bit of help, or, tell them, hey girl, that giveaway you're doing is so much fun. I'm so proud of you. I love that idea. Just basically mentoring and checking in. And then I walk them through setting up their own party link in the virtual office because we all know that's key. And it's such a blessing that Color Street allows us to have our own shopping link open and collect commissions and hostess rewards on top of, our sales. I send them the member tracker. I send them the actual link to this. And I say, if you have a printer, print this out right now. Before you start inviting people to your launch party, I want you to print this. If you don't have a printer, that's okay. Old school, grab a piece of paper and a pen, write it down. You don't need this fancy form for follow-up and tracking, but write it down. I stress to them the importance of that. Then after that, I add them to my personally enrolled chat group. And then if I have more than one stylist that joins in a month, I create a new stylist chat group just for those new girls so that we can all share ideas and ask questions and they can all learn together. And then I will send them the new Stylist Checklist that I've created for our team, which is very detailed. After that, I tell them to download the Color Street app and start the new Stylist training module right away, because we all know if you've gone through the Color Street app, any of those trainings in there are gold. They are literally the best. So I tell them, download the Color Street app, start that module right now because it is going to help you with short-term and long-term success with your business. So the next thing I tell them is announce your business on social media. You want people to know, hey, I started a new business. Do you want to try this? All that other stuff. Then I walk them through inviting guests and sharing their online launch party. And then I help them with scheduling posts. A lot of people do not know how to schedule posts on social media. So I tell them how to schedule a post. And then I walk them through scheduling their launch party. And I just added to our team Linktree a launch party template that I threw together super fast, but some of my new stylists asked for it. So I threw it together. There's lots of ideas on there that you're welcome to share with your new girls, but help them to get their launch party going because that is key. Then Once we get that done, I try to set up the welcome call around that time frame, and then I have a spot for the date. Then I tell them, I'm challenging you to get your first sale as a stylist. I want you to reach out to your friends and family, whoever, and tell them I have been challenged by my mentor to get my first sale as a stylist. And it's super exciting for them, and we make a big deal about it. And then I shout them out in the team page when they get their first sale, because let's be honest, it's super exciting to get your first sale as a stylist. So then I talk to them about business cards. I say, you know, if you're wanting to get business cards, here's how you can get business cards. This is how I made mine. Then is the doozy, creating the sample Google Doc. We all know that was a challenge. At least for me, when I first started, that thing was the death of me. I struggled so hard to get my sample request sheet, document, whatever, created. So I walk them through that, make sure they understand how to do that. I send them YouTube videos with step-by-step. I send them the link to mine and tell them copy and paste everything from mine if you want to. Then I talk to them about either purchasing a domain on GoDaddy or doing a link tree and adding everything onto that one link, either the domain or the link tree, whichever they prefer. The domain you have to pay for, the link tree is free. So it's just completely up to them. Then I challenge them to go live when their kit arrives. A lot of people are not okay doing this, but I still tell them it's very important. You can share the excitement of your new business. You can show off all the sets you get in your kit. And there's a lot of value that goes into that live video when you get your kit. Then I give them another challenge. I challenge them to get rid of all 72 samples that come in the kit. I say, I'm challenging you, pass out all those samples. Go through your contacts in your phone. Go through your friends and family. Go through your friends on Facebook, Instagram, all your social media, and just send them a message and ask, hey girl, I'm headed to the post office this afternoon. I've been challenged to pass out 72 Color Street samples. Can I please send you a sample? Nobody's going to turn down a free sample of Color Street unless they're crazy. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Okay, then once all that's said and done, I start adding them. Once I ask them, I add them to the graphics groups, the nail fee groups, the upline groups, all those other groups that overwhelm all of us daily with multiple notifications, which it's a blessing. I'm so thankful that we have all those resources, but let's just be real. If you get a new stylist and you invite her to your team group, my team group, your upline's team group, and all the other groups that are related to Color Street, they are going to probably have a fit, because I know I did when I joined. So then I add them to the groups. And then at the bottom, I have another very important part of my onboarding, which is a 1-week follow-up date that I basically check in once they stop their launch party. So once the launch is over, I check in and make sure they know how to succeed after the launch and what to do. Then I do a 2-week follow-up with them. And this is not the only times that I reach out to them. I mean, I try to reach out daily, but these are just important that I make sure they are done, and I actually write the dates down. So the 2-week follow-up date, I check in and just make sure they're aware of the units in the team group, all of the resources that are available to them. I check in to see how they're doing with the Color Street app trainings and things like that. Then I do a 1-month follow-up where I basically say, okay, what are your goals now? Now that you've kind of gotten a few weeks under your belt, what are your thoughts with your business? Where do you plan to go with this? What would you like to do? Do you want to build a team? Do you want to try to bonus qualify every month? Do you want to do this for fun? What do you want to do with your business? And then the last scheduled follow-up I have is a 2-month follow-up. And that's basically just where I assess the overall success. How do you feel things are going with your business? Is there anything I can help with? Is there anything, basically just covering everything. That's the 2 months. So by then, they really know a lot about the business, and they probably know, okay, I don't really like this. I love this. I want to build a team. They know a lot more about the direction and the vision of their business at that 2-month point. So that's basically all I have for my onboarding process. So like I told you guys, I'm not perfect. I am learning all the time. I critique this. Probably every new stylist I get, I make a change to this. But I shared the link to this in our leader group, so you guys have access to this, and every time I change it, it'll just automatically populate on that link. But I do. And at the end of the day, I follow my heart and I just put myself in their shoes and I think, okay, when I first started, I was completely overwhelmed. I didn't know what to do, where to start, or anything. And I just said, I'm just gonna have fun with this. That's all I'm gonna do. I wanna have fun with this. But put yourself in the new stylist shoes and think about when you first started and how you felt and how overwhelmed you are, where you don't, even though the resources are all there, you still don't know, what do I do? Where do I start? Where do I begin? And sometimes you're scared to ask questions. So that's why it's so important to just connect with your new stylist and try to make sure that we are proactive instead of reactive when we do run into issues with them. So that's all I have for you guys. If you have questions, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will chat with you all soon. Bye.